very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya television. The perfect show to kickstart your day, bringing you the top national, international, sports and business news. I'm Aishwarya and these are the headlines. Legendary actress Sridevi's immortal remains to arrive in Mumbai today after formalities in the UAE are over. Funeral likely to take place later in the day. 54-year-old actress died in Dubai on Saturday night following a cardiac arrest. Voting for assembly elections in Meghalaya and Nagaland to take place on Tuesday. Over 18 lakh voters in Meghalaya and over 11 lakh in Nagaland to decide fate of candidates for 59 seats in both states. Enforcement Directorate to seek information from over a dozen countries on overseas businesses and assets of Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi, the main suspects in the PNB fraud case, seeks audit reports of bank from RBI. Communist Party in China prepares ground for President Xi Jinping's indefinite stay in power. Proposes to remove presidential term limits from party's constitution. Currently, it is restricted to no more than 2 consecutive terms. And Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni rested for T20 Tri-Series in Sri Lanka next month. Rohit Sharma to lead the team. Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah also rested. Our top story this Monday morning, the mortal remains of legendary actor of Indian cinema Sridevi will arrive in India today. She passed away late on Saturday night in Dubai following a cardiac arrest. Sridevi, who was attending a family wedding in Dubai, suffered a cardiac arrest after collapsing in the bathroom of the hotel where she was staying. Her funeral is expected to take place later in the day today. Sridevi, who passed away at 54, started as a child actor and had an illustrious career of over 40 years. She made her debut in Tamil film as a child artist in 1969. As an adult, she debuted in Tamil cinema in the late 70s. She also worked in Malayalam, Telugu and Kannada films. A versatile and popular actor in the South, Sridevi made her Bollywood debut in 1978 with Solva Savan. Sridevi's mortal remains are to arrive in India today, and her funeral is likely to take place later in the evening. And President, Vice President and the Prime Minister have mourned Sridevi's loss. President Ramnath Kovind tweeted, "Shocked to hear the passing of a moving star Sridevi. She has left millions of fans heartbroken. Her performances in films such as Moondram Pirai, Lamhe and English Winglish remain an inspiration for other actors. My condolences to her family and close associates." Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu also tweeted, "Felt very sad over the sudden demise of popular actress Sridevi. She was an extremely versatile and talented film star who had acted in Telugu, Hindi and other South Indian languages. My heartfelt condolences to her bereaved family members." Prime Minister Nirav Modi tweeted, "Saddened by the untimely demise of noted actor Sridevi. She was a veteran of the film industry whose long career included diverse roles and memorable performances. My thoughts are with her family and admirers in this hour of grief. May her soul rest in peace." Unquote. And now let's get you all the news related to the upcoming assembly elections in the northeast of the country. Campaigning ended for assembly elections in Nagaland and Meghalaya on Sunday, and in the 60-member Nagaland Legislative Assembly, a total of 195 candidates, including 5 women, are in the fray for 59 seats after former Chief Minister and Lok Sabha MP Nifur Rio was elected unopposed from his seat. The security has been beefed up for the 1,100 critical, 530 vulnerable and 566 normal polling stations in the state. Over 11 lakh voters are eligible to exercise their franchise in the state. And voting to the 59 of 60 assembly constituencies in Meghalaya will take place on Tuesday morning. Election in a William Nagar assembly seat has been adjourned following the killing of a Nationalist Congress Party candidate Jonathan Sangma in an IED blast on 18th of February. A total of 361 candidates are in the fray, including Chief Minister Mukul Sangma, who is contesting from 2 assembly seats. Over 18 lakh voters are eligible to vote. The results for both the states, along with the Tripura, which voted on 18th of February, will be declared on 3rd of March. News from Tripura, where repolling is being held for 6 booths in the state, and 6 polling booths are spread across 6 assembly constituencies of Sonamura, Teliamura, Amphinagar and Kadamtala, Kurti and Sabroom. The polls was held on 18th of February and they were declared void as the number of electorates did not tally with the number of votes polled. Meanwhile, a Meghalaya Chief Election Officer has said that elaborate arrangements are in place for the polls. Let's take a listen.
In terms of enrollment, we've had extremely high enrollment this time, and our total electorate is now standing at around 18,44,000. And amongst this 18,44,000, about 89,000 are in the 18 to 19 age category.
89.
Yes.
First time voters.
First time voters. And recently when the Election Commission came here, under the leadership of the Chief Election Commissioner, he was very happy to share that this 89,000 voters of 18 to 19 age category, which is standing at 4.5% of the electorate, is in fact one of the highest in the country. Oh. So these efforts were appreciated by the Election Commission, that we have in terms of percentage one of the highest registered 18 to 19 voters in that age category. Then if you come to the breakup of the male-female, being a gender-sensitive state, our female voters are in fact much more than the male voters also. Out of 18,44,000, which I was just mentioning to you, I mean approximately 9,29,000 are females and about 9,12,000 are males. Oh. So that's also another unique feature about Meghalaya. Apart from that, we have done intensive awareness for EVM VVPATs, because this is the first time that VVPAT will be used in all the 3,083 polling stations. So a series of sweep measures, sweep meaning the systematic voter education and electoral participation program, has been initiated in all the 3,083 polling stations in all the 60 assembly constituencies, spread over all the 11 districts of the state.
Let's get you some other news now. Prime Minister Nirav Modi on Sunday claimed that Puducherry had poor infrastructure and transport system and blamed the Congress party for the same. The Prime Minister said that the Union Territory had all the resources and the capability, but its development was not up to the mark because of the parties who had governed it. He claimed that the Congress was responsible for the country lagging behind many nations that had gained independence after India.
एक परिवार के 48 ईयर में हमने क्या खोया क्या पाया, और इधर 48 महीनों के हमने क्या हासिल किया। 48 साल उन्होंने राज किया, हमने 48 महीने देश को लेकर के दिखाया है।
And predicting BJP's victory in the upcoming assembly elections, the Prime Minister said that Congress will only be left with the V. Narayanasamy government in Puducherry in the country after the elections in the northeast.
नॉर्थ ईस्ट में चुनाव चल रहा है, वहां कांग्रेस की सरकार है, वो जाने वाली है। बाद में कर्नाटक में चुनाव होने वाला है, वहां एक कांग्रेस की सरकार बची है, वो भी जाने वाली है। फिर पूरे देश में अकेले नारायणसामी बचने वाले हैं।
However, Puducherry Chief Minister called the Prime Minister's statement as unfortunate and expressed confidence of his party winning the upcoming assembly elections.
The situation is changing in the country. The people of this country want the Congress rule now. Therefore, the Honorable Prime Minister's observation saying that there will be only Chief Minister Narayanasamy in the whole country from the Congress is unfortunate.
And Prime Minister Nirav Modi on Sunday appealed to the people to build a new India which is free of casteism, communalism and corruption, addressing a massive gathering in Surat before flagging off the Surat night marathon. Prime Minister Modi urged people to start working towards achieving these goals by 2022, when the country will celebrate 75 years of independence.
आजादी के 70 साल और आजादी के 75 साल 5 साल का समय है। अगर इस 5 साल में 125 करोड़ हिंदुस्तानी ये संकल्प कर लें कि अब हम रुकने वाले नहीं हैं, यह देश थमने वाला नहीं है। हमारा सपना है पूरे विश्व में भारत की भी बोलबाला हो।
And breakfast news, time for a very short break. We'll be right back with more news. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome. I'm Amritanshu Rai and you're watching Law of the Land on Rajya TV.
We have a good environment in terms of consumer protection.
Stop the misleading advertisements in the internet.
Another important part is e-filing.
कंज्यूमर कचहरी में एक मीडिएशन सेंटर बनाया जा रहा है।
Watch Law of the Land on Rajya Sabha television.
So today we're here at the semi-finals of the East Zone. We have the team from Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Sikkim, West Bengal. What change affected by constitutional amendment in 1988?
The constitutional amendment was the 61st amendment and it lowered the voting age from 21 to 18.
Fantastic answer. Let's give him a hand. I need the name of the person who became the first transgender person to become a member of an Indian state legislature. Which community is this? Jharkhand has unfortunately pressed the buzzer before I finish the question. They get a -5. Team from Bihar.
Anglo-Indian. 6A.
Team from Bihar again.
6
months, 6 mahine. Right answer. 10 points to the team from Bihar. Slowly catching up to the buzzer game. Winning this national semi-final is the team from...
Watch National Elections Quiz 2018, presented by Election Commission of India. Saturday at 5 p.m. only on Rajya Sabha television.
Is Palestine always packed with bombs and smoke? Is there any life in Palestine other than fight? How common villages in Palestine are living? What does future hold for them? Watch our special report from Ground Zero on life in a Palestinian village. Tuesday 10 p.m, Wednesday 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Only on Rajya Sabha television.
Art.
art arisen from a multi-hued cultural canvas. Tradition and cultural fervour dating back centuries. And encircling them all, there's a magic that awes. Embrace your nation's brilliant human warmth. Watch Colours of India, Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back after the break. News from the south of the country. On a 3-day campaign in Karnataka, BJP President Amit Shah promised farm loan waivers in the state on Sunday. Addressing the sugarcane farmers in Unmanned district, Shah said that the Congress government in the state was not letting the benefits of various central schemes reach the right beneficiaries.
मैं आपको कहने आया हूं 2022 तक न केवल कर्नाटक देश के हर गरीब दलित को पक्का मकान देने का वादा देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने किया है। आप इस प्रदेश की कमान हमारे येदियुरप्पा जी को सौंप दीजिए। 5 साल में हर दलित को पक्का मकान देने का काम येदियुरप्पा जी और मोदी जी मिलकर कर देंगे।
More news from Karnataka, where Congress President Rahul Gandhi targeted Prime Minister Nirav Modi over the banking frauds during his Karnataka campaign. Addressing rallies in Vijaypura and Bagalkot districts in North Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi questioned the centre over the PNB fraud. He also targeted the BJP over party President Amit Shah's son's business interests.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार पूरे हिंदुस्तान में एससीज और एसटीज के लिए देती है, उसका आधा पैसा सिर्फ कर्नाटक की सरकार कर्नाटक के दलितों और आदिवासियों को देती। 8 साल से सबसे ज्यादा बेरोजगारी है। 1 लाख युवाओं को भी इस साल रोजगार नहीं मिला।
And now an update on the PNB fraud case and widening its probe into the case. The Enforcement Directorate is set to send a judicial request to over a dozen countries for obtaining information about the overseas businesses and assets of Nirav Modi and owner of Gitanjali Gems, Mehul Choksi. Now, reports say that ED will approach a court in Mumbai to obtain letters, rogatories or LRs. Now, these letters will then be sent to 15 to 17 countries where the Central Investigation Agency has traced the footsteps of the diamond and gold jewellery businesses of the firms owned by Nirav Modi, his uncle Choksi and others associated with them. The countries include Belgium, Hong Kong, Switzerland, the United States, the UK, Dubai, Singapore and South Africa. Now, the aim is obtaining the details of the overseas financial holdings of Modi and Choksi. Meanwhile, the Enforcement Directorate has also asked about 16 other banks apart from the Punjab National Bank to share with it the details of loans extended and collaterals offered in the case of Modi, Choksi and their companies. The agency wants to know that on what basis were these loans granted and whether these are still recoverable. It has also asked the RBI to share with it the audit reports of the PNB that were conducted by it since 2011. Remember, Nirav Modi, Choksi and others are being investigated by the ED and other probe agencies after the fraud recently came to light following a complaint by the Punjab National Bank that they allegedly cheated the nationalised bank to the tune of 11,400 crore rupees with the purported involvement of a few employees of the bank. The CBI, which is also probing the case, has already arrested Vipul Ambani, who was the chief financial officer of Nirav Modi's Firestar Diamond, and the CBI has also arrested a general manager rank officer of the Punjab National Bank in connection with the case. The CBI and ED have registered 2 FIRs each to probe the case. Both Modi and Choksi are said to have left the country before criminal cases were lodged against them. Their passports have been revoked. And after PNB and Rotoma cases, CBI has exposed another case of financial fraud, this one relating to the Oriental Bank of Commerce. A case was registered against a UP-based private sugar company, its officials, along with unknown bank officials for allegedly causing a loss of 109 crore rupees to Oriental Bank of Commerce. The CBI says that the Hapur-based Symboli Sugar Limited in 2011 fraudulently diverted funds received as loans for sugarcane farmers and self-help groups. The CBI also conducted searches at the offices of the company and the residences of its officials at 8 places, including 1 location each in Hapur, Noida and 6 locations in Delhi. The agency has named the company's chairman and managing director, its directors, its CEO, chief financial officer and unknown bank officials and other private persons under the charges of criminal conspiracy, cheating, forgery, slapping sections under the Prevention of Corruption Act for causing losses to the bank. Now, this is the second case of loan default relating to the Oriental Bank of Commerce. CBI had also earlier booked a Delhi-based jeweler accused of defrauding the OBC to the tune of about 390 crore rupees through letters of credit, apparently a modus operandi similar to Nirav Modi's. Another very short break here. We'll be right back.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Thanks for staying with us. The Defence Research and Development Organization, or DRDO, successfully flew its unmanned combat air vehicle Rustam 2 on Sunday. Now, Rustam 2 is being developed on the lines of Predator drones of the US to carry out surveillance role for the armed forces with an endurance of 24 hours. It is capable of carrying different combinations of payloads like a synthetic aperture radar, electronic intelligence systems and situational awareness payloads. The around 1,500 crore rupees UAV project was initiated considering the requirements of the Army, Navy and the Air Force. Our top international focus, and China's ruling Communist Party has set the stage for President Xi Jinping to stay in office indefinitely. The ruling Communist Party has proposed to remove a constitutional clause limiting presidential service to just a 2 years term in office. The proposal also covers the vice president's position. Now, it is expected to be endorsed by the plenum of the party to be held today. Xi Jinping is currently required by the country's constitution to step down as president after 2 5-year terms. Nearing the end of his first term, he will be formally elected to the second at an annual meeting of China's parliamentary meet, which will open on 5th of March. Besides the 2-term rule, top Chinese leaders have also followed a convention of retiring after 68 years. Xi was elected as the head of the party and president in 2013 and later took over as the head of the military as well. On the sporting action now, an ace Indian cricketer Rohit Sharma will lead the Indian team in the T20 Tri-Series in Sri Lanka next month. Skipper Virat Kohli, along with senior-most player Mahendra Singh Dhoni, are among the hosts of players who have been rested for the series. Now, in the series, Shikhar Dhawan will be the vice-captain. In a press release on Sunday, top fast bowling duo of Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah have also been rested, along with all-rounder Hardik Pandya. The other members of the team are KL Rahul, Suresh Raina, Manish Pandey, Dinesh Karthik, Deepak Hooda, Washington Sundar, Yuzvendra Chahal, Aksar Patel, Vijay Shankar, Shardul Thakur, Jaydev Undatkar, Mohammad Siraj Rishabh Pant. And the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics concluded on Sunday with a spectacular closing ceremony. Athletes marched in the stadium wearing their medals. In the games, Norway topped the medal tally with 14 gold, 14 silver and 11 bronze medals. Germany was second with 14 golds, 10 silver and 10 bronze. Canada ranked in the third place with a tally of 11 golds, 8 silver and 10 bronze, while the United States was at the fourth spot with 9 gold, 8 silver and 6 bronze medals. A North Korean general and a daughter of US President Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, also attended the ceremony. And in the ceremony, the Olympic flag was handed over to Chinese organizers for the next Winter Games in Beijing in 2022. Chinese President Xi Jinping expressed his warmest welcome to the world for the next Olympics. And that's it from me and my team in this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.